Hi guys, good morning, welcome back. This is gonna be a little different than my typical content, but I had one of the worst experiences of my life this weekend and it feels like a disservice to the public to not share it, so here we go. I went to go see Somber Sunday night at the Anthem in DC. If you don't know who Somber is, he's a 20-year-old artist. He blew up online, I think on TikTok. He has a lot of hits. I like a lot of his music. A lot of people my age like a lot of his music, whatever. I was really excited to go see him. I don't really go to concerts that often unless I really love an artist. I was so excited to see this performance. By far, genuinely the worst concert I've ever been to in my life for a multitude of reasons, but I'm gonna explain to you why, if you're over the age of 16, you should not spend your money on a Somber concert. Let me walk you through my evening. We get in line, it's pouring down rain, the line's like 1.5 miles long. That's all cool. Sold out show, Mother Nature, I don't care. We're waiting in line and there's a group in front of us of like 4 teenage girls and their dad. And I wasn't scanning the entire line. I was trying not to get rained on, but I was just like, that's really sweet. They must be big Somber fans so that their dad brought them to the show. That was red flag number 1. I'd say a pink flag, right? That was just whatever. First big red flag, we get to the door. The guy checks my ID. I'm 25 years old, mind you. So is my boyfriend. The guy looks at my ID, starts quizzing me like it's a fake. He's like, what's your zip code? Looking me up and down. I genuinely was like, what? I say back to him like, oh my gosh, I'm actually so flattered. Like, thank you. He chuckles a little bit and at that point gives me a wristband. And I was like, thanks. What? Like, sorry, I feel like I look like I'm in my mid-20s and my boyfriend sure as hell does. My boyfriend behind me gets quizzed the same way. Like, what's your zip code? Where were you? Crazy. I get inside and immediately I clock why I got checked on my ID. It is the closest to a middle school dance I've ever been since I was in middle school at a dance. The only adults in the room are the parents and then my boyfriend and I. It was thousands upon thousands of tweens running around like they were at a middle school dance. Immediately I'm pissed off. And these kids are plowing through, like, mind you, they've never been in a bar before. They don't know how to contain personal space. If they were adults, fights would have happened, fists would have been thrown, but they were just plowing through, checking shoulders, spilling drinks. Like, it was genuinely a nightmare. I'm like, you know what? Let's just get a beer. Let's just hang out until the show starts. I'm still gonna enjoy the music, right? I still really love his songs. Cool. We go get a beer. In that hour and a half we're waiting for the show to start, we're probably in the background of 5,000 Instagram pictures. That's not an exaggeration. I mean, every single angle around us at any given time, it's Canon G7Xs and iPhones, and it's just like, oh my God, it was an Instagram fest in there. But alas, the lights dim, the opener comes on stage. We go, yay, we get to enjoy some music. The opener for Somber, bless her heart, I know it's really hard to sing to a room full of people that do not know any of your songs. She sucked. She was so bad. I was like, this is what it must have felt like for my parents when I was watching like Disney Channel in like 2007 and I thought it was like peak music and they're just suffering through it. It was genuinely painful. The music was so bad. She was a terrible performer. She kind of looked like when you're pretending to sing in your bedroom in the mirror. She was doing like that, but on stage. Example. The corners of the stage, she would just walk back and forth. That's cool, that's fine. Every time she would get to the corner of a stage, she would pretend like someone was waving at her in the crowd just to do this. Every single time. I'm not even exaggerating. I think she might have wanted a photo op from it. I don't know. But we were like, take a shot every time she waves at an imaginary person in the crowd. Then she would sing her songs, which are like a slow song, no choreography, just standing there, not out of breath at all. Then the second the song ends and she would talk to the crowd, she would do that fake like, wow, how's everyone doing tonight? It was like, you're not out of breath at all. You're just trying to sound like a superstar. Whatever, you know, still not Somber. I'll wait for my guy, right? Cut to main performer. Somber gets on stage. I'm excited, I'm thrilled. I'm like, ooh, finally, I'm gonna enjoy myself, right? First 2 minutes he's on stage, he makes a 6-7 joke. I'm not even kidding you. And all the tweens, I've never had such immediate buyer's remorse in my life. Like, I knew I was just in for 3 hours of nightmare fuel. Again, hopeful little old me was like, you know what, this sucks, but at least I'll hear my favorite music live, right? Like, this is gonna be so fun. I left early. I didn't even hear my favorite music. He proceeds to make a bunch of niche meme references for like the 12 to 16-year-old age range group. And I only understand them because I'm chronically online, but every other adult in the room, including my boyfriend, is like, why is he speaking in tongue? Like, what is he saying right now? Just ridiculous to hear out loud. Like, it was like brain rot on stage. And it was like, this is really killing the vibe a little bit. Just play the fucking song. Yeah, he did the exact opposite of that. About 30 minutes in, he cuts all the music and he's like, we're now gonna have the Somber dating show. Raise your hand and come on up on stage if you wanna call your toxic ex. Make sure it's toxic and make sure there's somebody who's gonna pick up. Again, all the tweens. We then proceeded to watch 3 tweens go on stage and call their ex. And then Somber's on the mic like, clock it, bro, clock it, bro. Oh, chill out, bro, chill out, bro. I've never had such secondhand embarrassment for someone and felt such a deep cringe. Like, you know, if you see like something cringe online, you can just like exit out or something, right? I'm sitting there, I was like, wow, I paid money to see this. Like, I paid money to suffer through that. It just got worse. It just kept getting worse the more it went on. He would make like super niche references to like 13-year-olds, but then he would also say like super vulgar stuff about like getting his dick sucked. And it was like, so you know your audience is clearly 13, yet here you are. Okay. There was a moment in between songs where he literally just randomly went, bark for me. And you hear the arena of 13, 14, 15-year-old girls start barking. And then immediately followed it up with, yeah, I'm daddy. All of that, and he wasn't even a good performer. Genuinely, it sounded bad. Like, he said he had bronchitis. It seemed like that wasn't the only issue going on there. It just doesn't seem like he knows how to entertain. He's maybe too young. Maybe he has to grow into it. I don't know. Dancing was terrible. Singing was terrible. He would let the backtrack play over the most important notes, and it was like, okay. He had this weird moment where he like had a temper tantrum on this clothing rack. Like, there was just a clothing rack, and he starts throwing stuff around. And again, you know, like the 12, 13-year-olds are like, ah. Any logical, like, level-headed person in the audience is like, what are you doing? Like, just sing the song, bro. And I had to leave. I had to leave because it was the most egotistical performance I've ever seen in my life. If I had known he was like that, I would never have paid money to see him. It was so embarrassing to witness. Like, he's up there just being like, I'm the shit, and also I'm the shit. And you're like, okay. All right, well, it seemed like he thought he was like role model vibes, you know? But he was so far off. Like, it was like, you're trying to convince me that you're like this like crazy cool sex symbol, and you're just turning off the whole room. Clearly not the whole room, because there were children who like him. I mean, I literally left. Like, I couldn't stand it anymore, genuinely. I didn't even hear my favorite song. Sunk cost theory kicked in, and I was like, I've wasted enough time, money, energy out of my life. I just want to go home. This sucks. My boyfriend and I both left. Like, that was the worst experience of my life. The other two girls I knew who were there were messaging me afterwards, and they were like, was that not like weird? Like, that wasn't a good. And I was like, hated it. Absolutely couldn't agree more. I hated it. It was terrible. Then I get on TikTok and I'm seeing all these kids posting these videos. Oh my God, this must be how my mom felt. This is my generation's David Bowie. I saw a TikTok from the Anthem DC, the show I was at, where a girl's like recording it, and it's like, the kids are gonna be all right. No! No, cut that. Absolutely. Never in my life have I felt so much rage. Not even during it. Like, I felt rage during it, but seeing the aftermath on TikTok and seeing it be like, he's the hottest. You guys need better role models. You guys need better sex symbols. I'm so sorry. Slender Man, we're picking him. We're picking the weird dancing dude. I will insert the clip. He dances like Napoleon Dynamite. And in the middle of the concert, my boyfriend held up a picture of Napoleon Dynamite, and I couldn't stop seeing it. I couldn't stop laughing. Cringe kid. Really cringe kid. Kid. That's the biggest kid. Like, he's 20, but he acts like he's probably 15 and a half, and it reflects in his performances. It was a nightmare. If you are an adult of any age and you enjoy Somber's music, stick to Spotify. I would not recommend going to his shows. You will not enjoy yourself. It is not the experience you think it is going to be. That's all, literally. I just feel so bad. I wasted my money, my friends wasted their money, and I don't want anyone else to be like, oh, Somber's coming to my city, I'm gonna go see them. It's not the vibes you think it's gonna be. It's just not. Okay. Take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.